Hello everybody, this is another Hot Wheels collector video. Today we are looking at the Mazda MX5 ND Miata from Hot Wheels. Obviously this is their own take on it, so it has like the modified spoiler, diffuser and all that type of stuff. I think this is the most underrated Miata that has ever been released by Mazda, because I think everybody loves the 1991. Everybody quite likes the 2003 one. Not many people like the 2010 one, as it's kind of like a hairdresser's car or associated with them. And then we have the 2016, which just kind of gets forgotten about. I feel it's not a bad car at all, or in any means, but people just forget about it for some reason. So this car started production in 2016, and it had quite the range in horsepower. So you could get the lowest spec model, which had 129 horsepower, so that's not very great. But it did go all the way up to 181 horsepower, but in a small little car like this, that's all you really needed, and it would feel like a little go-kart through the corners because of its lightweight and obviously size, with it being a two-seater, two-door, little tiny coupe almost. This car had quite a, I suppose, average top speed at 133 miles an hour, so not that great, but I think this car really would have focused on the handling and going through them corners and making it feel like a really pleasurable cruiser, to be entirely honest. I think that's what the demographic was going for, and maybe like older people was the demographic, I'm not entirely sure. As for the 0 to 60 on this car, it ranged from 6.3 seconds in the fastest car to 8 seconds in the slowest and lowest spec car. This car was lighter and quicker and more nimble than its predecessor, so that being the 2010 model that people think is a hairdresser's car. I think a few people do on this one as well, but not as many. So that's quite a good thing, I think. It is a nicer model, I think, than the previous. Hot Wheels haven't done the 2010 one, I don't think, for good reason. But it's a quite nice car. But anyway, we're talking about this one, not that one. And the standard engine for this was a 2-litre 4-cylinder, and it sent the power to the rear wheels, so it would be quite a fun car, this one, and obviously would be able to drift, especially if you've got the manual version. And this is a real cool car, and I think it was really focused on Mazda fans, but it just didn't really please them very much, I don't think. Anyways, let's get into the actual showcase and review of this car. Alright, so starting this review off from the side of the car, these are the 10-spoke wheels done in white. Really nice. I think these wheels fit on pretty much any casting, so it's quite a nice one for Hot Wheels to have in their lineup of wheels, because it just works. They put it on all sorts, from this McLaren here to even this one here, and what's another good example? Oh, a DeLorean. There's all sorts with them on, so it really does range for what they put these wheels on, to be entirely honest. As you can see, I'm going to zoom on in a little bit so you can see all the details a bit more. You can see the side skirt is created using the black base plastic. Really nice use of that. Acts as a nice colour break. And as you can see, that is not the standard side skirt. It is, of course, modified. You can also see there is some nice tamper work on the sides. So starting off, we have the Mazda writing. Then we have a thin white stripe, as well as a thick white stripe underneath that. And the Hot Wheels logo, which is also done in white. If you can't already tell, the colour scheme for this car is white and red, and this red is slightly metallic, but not super duper metallic. But it is a really, really nice red, and I really do like this. And this one was in the 2021 mainline. I don't think I said that before, so there you go. This car does not have any wing mirrors, unfortunately, but as you can see on the window glass, we do have some windshield wipers. Really cool. As for the front tampos, we don't actually have any on the actual front bumper or for the headlights, unfortunately. But we do actually have in the casting a cutout for the front grille. We also have 2 side vents which are not tampoed, but they are in the actual metal casting itself. You can also see there is a large front splitter created using the black base plastic. There is a lot of tampo work, however, on the hood. So first of all, we have 2 stripes. We have a thin one to the right and a thicker one to the left. We also have a Mazda badge, which is done in silver, as well as 2 hood pins which are done in a dark grey. Very nicely done, as you can see there. Moving along to this side of the car, you can see it's very much the same as the previous, so if you want to pause the video and have a look, feel free to. I'm not going to go over everything here. Taking a look at the rear, we do not have any tamper work, but obviously we have the rear lights which have been carved out in the actual cast itself, as well as what looks to be 2 rear exhausts, although I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, you can add your own details using acrylic paint or Sharpies or whatever method you would usually do if you use that. And it also has the license plate holder, which is cut out as well, and you can add your own license plate using stickers. Lots of people use permanent sticker type things. I don't know where you get them from, but a quick Google will easily get you on the right track to find them. You can also see this odd looking diffuser on the rear, but obviously that's Hot Wheels' take on this car, modifying this up a little bit, and I think that's where Hot Wheels are at the strongest, to be honest. Making modifications for standard cars which no other company are going to go and do. Speaking of the rear, we do have this huge rear spoiler, which is obviously like a drift spoiler. I know this is quite controversial and a lot of people don't like this on this custom, but I quite like it. I think it fits with the side skirts, rear diffuser, as well as the front splitter. Alright, now let's take a look at the top of the car. There's that top view. We'll talk a little bit more about the interior now, because obviously that's one of the big focus points for this car, since it is a convertible. So first of all, you can see there is a roll cage, or half of a roll cage. It is not fully caged inside, but we do have that rear section to it, really nicely, and that's done in interior black plastic. This interior plastic's interesting. It has little bits of other colours in it. It's really, really weird. It's like got little bits of like white or grey in it. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Let me try and focus that. No, you can't see it on camera, but it's a really interesting colour, I thought. You can see the standard interior details are in there, and we do have some nice racing seats which go with the racing look of this car. And I'm pretty sure that's it for this car. I don't think I've missed anything else out. Zoom on out so you can get that full view of the car. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I've missed anything. One thing I will talk about is the front headlights. You can add your own details to them. They are carved out. So there you go. Anyways, that's really it for this one. Let's get into my actual review and final thoughts on this one. Alright, so now it is time for my final thoughts and review. I really like this cast, and I like how they've gone for the convertible version, which was the most popular one. I think most people got this in the convertible version. It's kind of like a fun weekend or summer car. And I think the colour choice is great on this. I do like how Hot Wheels have gone for their own design with that front splitter, side skirts, rear diffuser, and that big spoiler on the back. I think it gives some personality to the car which other brands just don't have. Whilst Mini GT is very realistic and makes some really nice looking cars, they don't have much personality. They just look like a showroom car, which is all great if you're into that type of stuff, but really there isn't much personality to them other than what is offered standard from the manufacturer. So I really do like the personality of this car, and I really hope that Hot Wheels continue down this path of having interesting cars like this one. Anyways, now it's time to rate it out of 10. I'm going to give this car a solid. You ready? 9 out of 10. I think this is great. It obviously had a treasure hunt version. Well, it was the 1990 MX5 that had a treasure hunt version. This was the then, and that was the now. So it was in the then and now series. And really awesome pair of cars. I really do like this one, as you can probably tell. Anyways, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Remember, you can also press that notification bell so you do not miss any new uploads. Remember, you can also share this video with any friends, family, or in any groups who may be interested. But remember, don't feel pressure to if you don't feel like you have anybody who may be interested in this video. You watching this video matters so much to me, and I do thank you for watching all the way to the end. Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye, everyone.